please look forward to the Switch version. Yeah, this is a Final Fantasy XIV video, and those weren't my words. They were Yoshi P's. Oh yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Hello, everybody. It's your boy Jmulls, and we got a new Yoshi P interview. I guess it's kind of like an interview, but hey, Happy New Year! Welcome one and all to the Final Fantasy XIV Reddit Discord, the same place we normally get our English translations of the live letters. I'll leave a link to this in the description down below, but today's translations are courtesy of Aluna Minori, and all this info apparently comes from Yoshi P's visits to Japanese servers to celebrate the new year, and there's quite a bit of juicy information here. But I mean, come on, we don't want to be here all day, people, so let's get a move on, shall we? Any plans to implement system related to motion? Regarding motions, we are currently planning to offer all players some form of customization on motion related. Now, I'm pretty sure this was basically just Yoshi P asking for questions and people giving him questions. He just like shotgunning a bunch of answers, so I'm not expecting the most like formal replies here. And well, yeah, this one's a bit vague. I'm hoping beyond hope that what this is like how you move around with your weapons. That's probably not what they're referring to. It's just, personally speaking, I hope to God we can get a new running animation for Dark Knight, at least for guys, because I play a male Highlander, right? The run animation for Dark Knight, when you have your sword drawn, is the goofiest thing in the known world. It's like you're trying to Naruto run with a greatsword. It does not look good. And if they gave me the ability to toggle something else, I would love that. We'll focus on the very important ones here. Naturally, as a segue from that, any plans to implement huge water tanks? It's likely possible to create that, so I'm relaying your request to the housing team. Basically for like housing, you know, like giant aquariums. Basically what he says here, water tanks, fish tanks, glass tanks. What about the next ultimate, Yoshi P? Well, meta, I guess. We just have to wait for the live letter. Though it being Shadowbringers related would not surprise me in the slightest. Please make more fat chocobo goods. I co-sign that. Cockatiel minions. His favorite BGM from this tier of the Arcadian is actually the second floor with the brothers. Not a bad pick. Personally, I go with Vamp Fatale myself. Want to hear about Beastmaster? Stay tuned for an upcoming PLL. We kind of expected that one because it's almost certainly because they pretty much have said it's coming in the next patch, somewhere in that 0.5x cycle. Vieira will be able to use Cloud's hairstyle, and they're also planning to implement a Namazu bodysuit. May God help us all. Just yapping about mice. Not the Tom and Jerry kind, though. I'd like the caps on buffs to be eliminated, and also please add more glamour slots. This is the most important one. You mean specifically the ones on the field, right? For the buff cap. We are enacting various countermeasures on that actually, and we'll let you know once we reach our goal. We plan to deal with the glamour slots after dealing with the housing and furnitures. Let me be a little bit pessimistic here. I'm expecting that in like 2 expansion cycles at this point. Now, honestly, the most important question of this entire Q&A, and probably the most important question he's ever been asked. For context, Nier Automata is my favorite game. Can you please implement that flying unit that appears in Nier raids as a mount? Noted on various items and mount requests, I'm going to screenshot them and let the team know. For the love of God, please, you have to make it so that I can like, you know what? Screw it. I'm showing it. Like this thing as a mount, day one. I already basically only used the pod mount, but if you gave me a flight unit from Nier Automata, which were in the raids, by the way, if you gave me an actual one that I could use as a mount, it's over. It's like, it doesn't matter what other mount you could ever add to Final Fantasy XIV. I would just use this and the pod for all eternity. Like imagine how cool it would be to go from like one zone to another with like this kind of visual. You know, they wouldn't go the whole like 10 yards with it, but still, man, it'd be cool. Let a man dream, okay? Do you plan to add more character skin colors? Regarding that, we do have several plans for that, so please wait for a bit. Okay, cool. Can we also please get more beard options, because the facial hair options in Final Fantasy XIV are quite frankly pathetic. It's like, yeah, I can technically have a beard. None of them look good though. Like the best looking beard is on the dwarf helmet. It's like, what are we doing? I have a general just litmus test, a canary in the coal mine as to whether or not I deem a character created to be good or bad. Can I make a tall, bald dude that has a giant red beard, or just a red beard that doesn't look terrible? If I can get that, which I don't feel is asking for much, I deem the character created to be good. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't make that cut. It's like, yeah, I can technically get a beard, but they look like trash. Give me an actual beard, now we're talking. Yeah? Now we're cooking with not just peanut oil, but possibly just a little bit, a lot. Okay, yeah, the important one. Will we have a Switch version? I imagine that's probably going to be a Switch 2 version because trying to run this game on a Switch 1 would be borderline laughable. Answer, please look forward to the Switch version. And unless this is a mistranslation, which I'm pretty confident in Illuminori and the Final Fantasy XIV Reddit Discord having a pretty good track record when it comes to translations, or at least I hope they do. I used them a lot. That does just sound like Yoshi P saying, yeah, we're doing a Switch 2 version. Some people may go, well, why wouldn't you build that up and have like a big announcement for that? Have you seen how well the Switch 2 sells, especially in Japan? Like, it was the easiest layup to understand that the Square Enix we have nowadays that is pushing for multi-platform and already released a Switch 2 exclusive with Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD. Of course, they were trying to get like their big cash cow onto the Switch 2. Now, that makes sense, and I'm always in favor of games going to additional platforms. I personally hate and loathe the concept of exclusivity, though I can understand in some scenarios that it can be beneficial or even needed to get some games off the ground. I can understand that. I can accept that. However, I still don't like exclusivity. So the idea that even more people will have the chance to play a game that I love and to experience a story that I hold in the highest regard, that's a 2 thumbs up for me. Having said that, and I don't know if this next point is a pro or a con, we all understand we're gonna have to start playing with people operating on like train Wi-Fi, correct? Maybe worse, plain Wi-Fi. They might even be your healer or your tank or the red mage who's the only person alive that can actually heal or resurrect somebody, but they have like 7,000 ping, so that by the time they hit Verays, you've already disbanded the group. Now, when we get into those situations, will it be possibly annoying? Yes. Do I think the pros outweigh the cons? Yes. Do I think another pro is that the best slander you will ever be able to level at somebody is that they are Switch player? Also, yes. Like, the insults are going to be legendary. Mario and Luigi ass heal. Dude taunts like he's Kirby. Bro is actually a Pikmin and he just plays a Lalafell. It's like ignoring everything we just talked about. I'm in favor of the Switch version just for the jokes that are going to come up as a result of it. They're going to be legendary. They're going to be glorious. And also, to be fair, like the population of people that play on the Steam Deck probably isn't that high, but you can already play Final Fantasy XIV on a portable device like that. Also, laptops exist, right? It's like I have Final Fantasy XIV up and running on my Steam Deck. So if I want to play on the go, I can do that. We've all probably had a tank or a healer before that has played on Wi-Fi, or has played on train Wi-Fi, or plain Wi-Fi, maybe even Starlink, who knows? Like, I can get the concerns some people may raise as a result of that. I don't think it'll be necessarily that big of an issue, though. This is about like get-togethers in Japan, which are called regional fates. Can you make it so that all minions can move automatically without titles? I'm sorry, I'd like more details on this move automatically without titles. Do you mean anywhere? Limited only to housing? In other words, I take that you want to let the minions roam freely, but of course, to walk all areas is indeed impossible, so I'd like you to provide a visual to us. Pretty sure the question is just asking for like minion behaviors. How that's not already a toggle, I don't know. Hopefully becomes a toggle at some point in the future. I'd love it so we could change the house's orientation based for a housing appearance. Got it about the housing, can't see the words formed by you players, though I imagine chat was just really too fast, or if it was like in-game getting these questions, maybe there was like too many chat bubbles, and Yoshi P's regretting listening to Preach Gaming already. It's just like, who knows? But yeah, I think what happened here is, for a lot of people, WoW housing came into the picture, and they're like, wow, you can do a lot with that game's housing, huh? So for Final Fantasy XIV, right, like, why can't we do the same? Because, like, in WoW, you can move your house basically anywhere within your plot that you want. Heck, if you want to raise it up into the air and then build, like, a staircase or a platform to get up there, you can do that as well. Wouldn't surprise me at all if people in Final Fantasy XIV want that same functionality. It would be cool. Depending on the equipment, the hairstyle would just get buried, and is there in any way to deal with how they would penetrate the clothes? I guess like clipping. If we try to control the equipment so that the hairstyle doesn't penetrate it, again clipping, it would result in the necessity to having to implement restrictions and limits in equipment design, so we'd be really happy if you could tolerate that. But in return, we'll work hard on creating flexible hairstyles. Basically just like, bro, can you guys just like handle it, please? Like, we'll make even more hairstyles, but like, can you guys just like get over it? Can you implement the option for players to change dummy size in specific fields? And unless they talk about my butt, I'm pretty sure they're talking about like target dummies, not dummy thick. Is the dummy too small for you? Rather than the dummy being small, it's more like the target circle size being small. Size different for dummy wise. If it's for housing use, then it shouldn't be an issue, but normal field, it would be an issue. If it's the target circle size, then it should be possible. It would be great if you could implement a feature where you can store all color dyes in some sort of a palette, like the quick panel that is implemented for this patch. By doing so, we'll smooth out item slots in inventory. Oh, please, for the love of God, yes. Color dye wise, we are currently considering something, so we'd like you to wait for a moment. Thank you, Lord. Last question. I cry in absolute joy if there's a service to create acrylic stands of my own character. I'm assuming we're not talking about JoJo stands here. I'd like to bring them to Eorzea Cafe. Regarding creating acrylic stands or figures of their own character is something of a long dream of mine as well, and I would like to do something about it. I'll let you know once we have progress in this. This reads to me like it's a logistical nightmare. It's just like, look, if we find some way to do it, we're going to do it. But like, we just make a video game, people. We are not a 3D printing factory over here. This one feels targeted at me more than Yoshi P. Yoshi P, please extend your sleeping time more. It doesn't look like I'll be getting longer sleep. You see, Yoshi P, if you need longer sleep, you just have to change your job over to Summoner. See, just like do that. You'll instantly get like 12 hours of sleep a night. You're welcome for the tip. Hey. Yeah, I got you covered. Yeah, I got you back. It's just what I do. You can also just go play Halo 5, you know, same effect. But to do this every year and see all of you warriors of light in this manner and celebrate New Year with everyone is more than anything else here. So I swear to strive for greater leaps this year in order to keep this going for as long as possible. Good, your boy needs content. And to make it even more enjoyable for everyone. Really, thank you to all of you here. In order to take greater leaps for this year, I'm working really hard with indomitable resolve, so please look forward to Final Fantasy XIV that's evolving more and more. Bro, I cannot wait for FanFest. And once again, Happy New Year, everyone. And hopefully this year will be the best year for everyone who is present today. Except if you champion Halo 5. No, I will never not hate on that game. Alright, that's all for today. See you in the near future. Hopefully soon. And then I imagine Yoshi P blasted off again. Besides the Switch thing, nothing too major was announced there, though I liked pretty much everything that I heard. And I'm also looking forward to the future, but here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with your most requested feature you can think of or tweak to the game that you would like to see for Final Fantasy XIV. And why is it better beard options? Come on, who's with me here? And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And speaking of the future of Final Fantasy XIV, patch 7.4 gave us a massive glimpse as to where the future of the story is going to go. And you guys got a whole lot of crazy theories, and I decided to react to them. And there's some pretty good ones. Want to find out more, such as a couple of major themes for the future of this game? You should check out this video right here for more. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.